Hey, good morning. Ah, Sometimes everything works and sometimes it doesn't. How's the sound? Sound, baby. I think it's working. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Check, check, check. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Just give you a minute here to get settled. Move this computer away from me. It is Thursday, April 16th. Good morning, Danielle. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Andre. Yeah. Hi. Thursday, April 16th. I'm going to say that for a while so I can remember what day it is. Yesterday, I was writing some things with an actual pen and paper, and I was putting the date on them. And I thought, I looked at the calendar and I wrote April 15th, 2020. And then actually I wrote 15 April 2020. Danielle knows why. Um, and then um, and then the next one I wrote 15 March. And the next one I wrote 15 March. And the third one I wrote, oh gosh, it's April. So there you go. All right. Letting go of that, letting go of things. Sometimes it's hard. We get attached to things, or we experience an emotion, and we instead of experiencing the emotion, we get really we start to become the emotion. And when I was first thinking about this a long time ago, it was the best way for me to understand it was the difference between saying I am angry and I feel angry. So that you can express how you're feeling about something, right? But you don't become that thing, right? You don't become anger. You don't become frustration. You feel frustrated. Sometimes it's really just easier to say, I'm so angry, right? but if you can, even in those seconds, take a breath and say, I feel so angry, it is a way for you to notice it and to say, I'm feeling this, and as opposed to I am this. And it really, really, really makes a difference in how you go about everything. I feel joy. I feel joyful. It's a wonderful thing to be joyful, right? But what happens when you're not joyful, right? Then you use that same descriptor, that same identification with whatever the not joyful thing is. And so it's this way of kind of feeling and experiencing and knowing that you aren't always that one thing, knowing that you're changeless and timeless and a thing that experiences life and can handle it. So what happens is we don't live like that. We're not perfect beings, and we mess up and we start to identify too much with one feeling or another, with one part of us, with a thought, right? With a thought of diminishing ourselves, or not thinking as much of ourselves as we should. And so this practice that we're going to do today helps us to kind of to be able to be that witness that I talk about a lot of times, to witness our mind, to witness our feelings, and to say, okay, I see it, I feel it, and to let it go, to practice letting it go. So that when we have those times where I am, right, we can let go of that fill in the blank, right? If you find yourself in this practice, when I lead you through it, if you find yourself kind of looking or waiting, or maybe even forcing a feeling, a thought, or there's also the, am I doing this right? Um, is that a thought? Uh, don't worry about that. Try not to worry about that. You're doing it right. You are doing it right because you're sitting still and you're experiencing it, right? What's also great about the practice is, wow, I am so blown out in the light right now. It's not even funny. Distracted. What happens is that the sounds that we're going to use, these universal sounds that we will be using, are effective as any sound that you hear, right? Some people really love opera, and when they hear the soprano chime in at just the right moment, and then the alto, the tenor come in and sing it, you can see I'm just like, ooh. I like opera, right? And I know other people who like opera that just, they go off into another world when they hear the voices and they hear the people singing. For some people, opera is just grating and it makes them feel so irritated, right? Sound is effective, right? The thing about universal mantras is that the sounds that you hear in your mind, in your heart, and becoming even more subtle, the sounds are effective in a resonant way that that are at a cellular level almost. I would say yes. We experience it, and it is effective in what its job is, what it's supposed to do. Sat is the sound of, it's spelled S-A-T and it's pronounced sat. Sat is the seed for a word, for many words, the root for many words. And it means truth. It means light. It means exposure. Yeah, that's good. And then yam is the Y-A-M, like yam, but you pronounce it yam, is the bija, the root sound for the heart center. Okay. And that energetic center has the sound is a place, it's a capacity to, for sustenance, for love, expression, and expelling, letting go. So we're using those two sounds to sort of pull up from our root and expose light on and allow things to come up, and then to release with love and kindness out into the forces of the universe to take care of and to dissipate, if you will. So we'll be doing that practice today. April 16th, Thursday. Did I say Wednesday before? Okay. Also, laughter. I hope I'm a little bit funny this morning. Laughter is really good for getting you out of your head. So I learned that from my teacher. Okay. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Find a comfortable place to sit, whether it's on your chair, on your floor, or lately I have not been opposed to people who lay down on their backs with their legs up the wall when I'm doing this, because these are different times. All right, so find your comfortable seat, please. Good. And bring your hands one over the other over your heart and close your eyes. And start to hear and experience the sounds in the space where you are, including the sound of my voice. And start to expand in your breath as well. So allow your breath to grow bigger in the inhale. And equally long and extended in the exhale. And as you let that breath rise and fall in your chest, And feel the expansion and the rise and fall in your hands. Relax your tongue. And relax your jaw. Good. Now, hands are still on the center of your chest. I'd like you to bring your awareness around the way the air is coming in through your nostrils. And notice if one nostril is more blocked than the other. It might be very, very subtle. If the left nostril feels more blocked, take your left hand and place it under your left armpit. And let the right hand rest on your knee. Likewise, if your right nostril feels more blocked, take your right hand and place it under the left armpit. So forearm across the chest and hand underneath the left armpit. And your left hand rests on your knee or your thigh. If you're not sure which one, just take both hands. Cross your forearms at the chest and place the hands underneath the armpits. Wherever the hands are, whichever one is there, you press the fingers in towards the rib cage under your armpits, and the thumbs are pressing gently into that part of the pectoral muscle that they're touching. So it's almost like a little hugging in with the hand. Gentle pressure towards the rib cage and the pectoral muscle. And breathe into the hands. So you feel the rib cage also expanding out to the left or right. Whichever hand is under the armpit, leave it there and take the opposite. And now if you had just one hand, now you've got both hands, one under each armpit, forearms crossed. Still nice breath, long in and exhale. And feeling the expansion of your rib cage, side to side and front to back. And you might notice that the air that's moving into your nostrils, sinuses, down into the lungs, it might be flowing a little more freely. And relax your forehead. Relax your jaw. Just let the breath move in and out. Rise and fall of the chest. Good. Focus is on your breath, the movement of it, balance of it. Good. Now keeping your eyes closed, let your hands drop down to rest on your thighs or knees. I'd like you to become aware of these 2 points, the root, the seat, your seat. If you think of your pelvic bowl, your pelvis as a bowl, it's the base of that bowl, your root, pelvic floor. And then think of the location at the center of your chest, floating in the middle of your rib cage. And for a few cycles of breath, as you breathe in, breathe up from your root to that point at the center of the chest. And as you breathe out, trace that line back down to the root. So up to the heart center and down to the root. Up and down. With your breath and the rhythm of your own breath. Trace it up from the root and down from the heart to the root. Trace it up and down. So the breath establishes the rhythm. The mind's eye sees those 2 points and the tracing of the line between them. And that creates a movement of energy up and down. Energy of awareness, awareness of energy. Now allow yourself to settle your awareness, your energy at your root, and to pause. Notice any sort of experience of sound from inside. Any experience of thought. And the thought that, what that thought evokes, what feeling it evokes. When you happen to next breathe in, take that thought, that feeling, that experience upwards. Breathe in and up towards the center of the chest. And as you exhale, release, let go. Let go from that point here. So now in the mind's eye, you breathe in from the root upwards to the heart center. And at the heart center, you release and let go. Imagine that you're breathing in from your root and you exhale out from your heart center, from the point at the heart center. Breathe in from your root, exhale from the heart center. Use the sound sat as you breathe in and trace upwards. And yam as you breathe out and let go. Sat from the root to the heart. Yam, release from the heart. The thought or experience that comes up to disrupt or distract from this kriya, attach it to sat, bring it up to the heart center and breathe it out, release it from the center yam. Feel or experience frustration, sat draws that up, yam releases it. It might still be there. Sat draws it up, yam releases. Feel or experience anger, sat, yam. See the to-do list. Feel what that brings to you. Sat takes it up, yam lets it go. See the disruptive thought. Sat takes it up, yam lets it go. Sat, yam. Sat, yam. Keep going with that technique, sat, yam. Now release the technique. Take the light of your awareness, place it at the center of your chest, hold it there. Center of the chest, the light of your awareness. Breath is very subtle. Feel the health and the beat of your heart. Feel the strength and the lightness of your heart. Okay, now begin to deepen your breath. And as you exhale, let your chin drop towards your chest. And bring your hands together, rub your palms, create a little warmth with them. Maybe a little more warmth. Take your palms, place them over your eyes. Place them over the chest once more, chin drops down, bowing your head. Right hand into a fist, place it below the navel. Left hand envelops that fist. Press back and tilt forward, whether you're seated on the floor or in your chair. Just a little bit. And open your eyes to focus on a point on the floor. This is all to help root and reground our energy. And lift your gaze back up. Right on, right on, right on. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for meditation. I'll see some of you at 7:35 for a little yoga moves. And also, please note that this practice, Sat Yam, you can do that movement, Sat Yam, release, any time of the day. You can just plop yourself down or be standing still, and just when you're feeling not experiencing something, you can be like, just let it go. Just keep doing it till you start to calm down. And in your meditation practice, Sat Yam, then you hold it at the heart center. Stay there as long as you like when you have more time, right? And then you can also maybe notice your awareness move to third eye center. Pause there. And you're in this really nice place for as long as you like. Have a fantastic, don't forget to reground your energy. Have a fantastic morning. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.